Thank you for joining me as I read Ecclesiastes chapter 5 through chapter 8. Do not rash with thy mouth, nor let thine heart be hasty to utter a thing before God. For God is in the heavens, and thou art on the earth. Therefore let thy words be few. For as a dream cometh by the multitude of business, so the voice of a fool is in the multitude of words. When thou hast vowed a vow to God, defer not to pay it, for he delighteth not in fools. Pay therefore that thou hast vowed. It is better that thou should not vow than thou should vow and not pay it. Suffer not thy mouth to make thy flesh to sin, neither say before the angel, that this is ignorance. Wherefore shall God be angry by thy voice, and destroy the work of thy hands? For in the multitude of dreams and vanities also are many words, but fear thou God. If in a country thou seest the oppression of the poor, and the defrauding of judgment and justice, be not astonished at the matter. For he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they. And the abundance of the earth is over all. The king also consisteth by the field that is tilled. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, and he that loveth riches shall be without the fruit thereof. This is also vanity. When goods increase, they are increased that eat them, and what good cometh to the owners thereof, but the beholding thereof with their eyes? The sleep of him that travelleth is sweet, whether he eat little or much. But the satiety of the rich will not suffer him to sleep. There is an evil sickness that I have seen under the sun, to wit riches reserved to the owners thereof for their evil. And these riches, perished by evil, travail, and he begetteth a son, and in his hand is nothing. As he came forth of his mother's belly, he shall return naked, to go as he came, and shall bear away nothing of his labour, which he hath caused to pass by his hand. And this also is an evil sickness, that in all points as he came, so shall he go, and what profit hath he, that he hath travailed for the wind? Also all his days he eateth in darkness, and in much grief, and in his sorrow and anger. Behold then, what I have seen good, that is, comely, to eat, and to drink, and to take pleasure in all his labour, wherein he travaileth under the sun, the whole number of the days of his life, which God giveth him, for this is his portion. Also to every man, to whom God hath given riches and treasures, and giveth him power to eat thereof, and to take his part, and to enjoy his labour. This is the gifts of God. Surely he will not much remember the days of his life, because God answered to the joy of his heart. Chapter 6. There is an evil which I saw under the sun, and it is much among men. A man to whom God hath given riches and treasures and honour, and he wanteth nothing for his soul of all that he desireth, but God giveth him not power to eat thereof, but a strange man shall eat it up. This is vanity, and this is an evil sickness. If a man beget 100 children, and live many years, and the days of his years be multiplied, and his soul be not satisfied with good things, and he be not buried, I say that untimely fruit is better than he. For he cometh into vanity, and goeth into darkness, and his name shall be covered with darkness. Also he hath not seen the sun, nor know it. Therefore this hath more rest than the other. And if he had lived 1,000 years, twice told, and had seen no good, shall not all go into one place? All the labour of man is for his mouth, yet the soul is not filled. For what hath the wise man more than the fool? What hath the poor that knoweth how to walk before the living? The sight of the eye is better than to walk in the lusts. This also is vanity and vexation of the spirit. What is that hath been? The name thereof is now named, and it is known that it is man, and he cannot strive with him that is stronger than he. Chapter 7. Surely there be many things that increase vanity, and what availeth it a man? For who knoweth what is good for man in the life, and in the number of the days in life of his vanity, seeing he maketh them as a shadow? For who can show unto man that shall be after him under the sun? A good name is better than a good ointment, and the day of death than the day that one is born. It is better to go into the house of mourning than to go into a house of feasting, because this is the end of all men, and living shall lay it to his heart. Anger is better than laughter, for by a sad look the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of the mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of the mirth. Better is it to hear the rebuke of a wise man than that a man should hear a song of fools. For like the noise of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of the fool. This also is vanity. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a reward destroyeth the heart. The end of a thing is better than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Be not thou of an hasty spirit to be angry, for anger resists in the bosom of fools. Say not thou, why is it that the former days were better than these? For thou dost not inquire wisely of this thing. Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and excellent to them that see the sun. For man shall rest in the shadow of wisdom, and in the shadow of silver. But the excellency of the knowledge of wisdom giveth life to the possessors thereof. Behold the work of God! For who can make straight that which he hath made crooked? In the day of wealth be of good comfort, and in the day of affliction consider. God also hath made this contrary to that, to the intent that man should find nothing after him. I have seen all things in the days of my vanity. There is a just man that perisheth in his justice, and there is a wicked man that continueth long in malice. Be thou not just overmuch, neither take myself overwise. Wherefore shouldest thou be desolate? Be not thou wicked overmuch, neither be thou foolish. Wherefore shalt thou perish not in thy time? It is good that thou lay hold on this, but yet withdraw not thine hand from that, for he that feareth God shall come forth of them all. Wisdom shall strengthen the wise men more than 10 mighty princes that are in the city. Surely there is no man in the earth that doeth good and sinneth not. Give not thine heart also to the words that men speak, lest thou do hear thy servant cursing thee. For oftentimes also thine heart knoweth that thou likewise hast cursed others. All this I have proved by wisdom. I thought, I will be wise, but it went far from me. It is far off. What may it be? And it is a profound deepness. Who can find it? I have compassed about, both I and my heart, to know and to inquire, and to search wisdom, and to reason, and to know the wickedness of folly, and the foolishness of madness. And I find more bitter than death the women whose heart is as nets and snares, and her hands as bands. He that is good before God shall be delivered from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Behold, saith the preacher, this have I found, seeking one by one to find the count. And yet my soul seeketh, but I find it not. I have found one man of 1,000, but a woman among them I have not found. Only lo, this have I found, that God hath made man righteous, but they that sought many inventions. Chapter 8. Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of things? The wisdom of a man doth make his face to shine, and the strength of his face shall be changed. I advertise thee to take heed to the mouth of the king, and to the word of the oath of God. Haste not to go forth of his sight, stand not in the evil thing, for he will do whatever pleaseth him. Where the word of the king is, there is power. And who shall say unto him, What doest thou? And he that keepeth the commandment shall know none evil thing, and the heart of the wise shall know the time and judgment. For to every purpose there is a time and judgment, because the misery of man is great upon him. For he knoweth not that which shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be? Man is not Lord of the Spirit to retain the Spirit, neither hath the power in the day of death, nor deliverance in the battle, neither shall wickedness deliver the possessors thereof. All this have I seen, and have given mine heart to every work which is wrought under the sun. And I saw a time that man ruleth over man to his own hurt. And likewise I saw the wicked buried, and they returned, and they that came from the holy place were yet forgotten in the city where they had done right. This also is vanity. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the children of men is fully set to them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and God prolongeth his days, yet I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Lord, and do reverence before him. But it shall not be well to the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days. He shall be like a shadow, because he feareth not before God. There is a vanity which is done upon the earth, and there be righteous men, to whom it cometh according to the work of the wicked, and there be wicked men, to whom it cometh according to the work of the just. I thought also that this is vanity. And I praised joy, for there is no goodness to man under the sun, save to eat, and to drink, and to rejoice, for this is joined to his labor the days of his life, that God hath given him under the sun. When I applied my heart to know wisdom, and to behold the business that is done on earth, that neither day nor night the eyes of man take sleep, then I beheld the whole work of God, that man cannot find out the work that is wrought under the sun. For the which man laboureth to seek it, and cannot find it. Yea, though the wise man think to know it, he cannot find it. Thank you so much for joining me as I read Ecclesiastes chapter 5 through chapter 8. I hope this blessed you, and I hope you have a wonderful week. God be with you all.